In this tutorial, we're going to learn our first interval. So if you don't know what an interval is yet, follow the link above this video and read through that article first. And the interval we're going to learn is the semitone. Now, the easiest way for me to explain what a semitone is probably if I just play lots of them on the piano. So that's a semitone, that's a semitone, that's a semitone, that's a semitone. These are all semitones on the keyboard. So two notes are a semitone apart if they have no other notes between them. That means that C to C sharp is a semitone because there are no other notes between C and C sharp on the keyboard, whereas C to D isn't a semitone because you have C sharp in between. Or to do another example, F to F sharp is a semitone because there are no other notes in between, whereas F to G isn't because you have F sharp in between. So any two notes where there are no other notes between them. A useful way of thinking about this is, instead of imagining you're traveling up the keyboard at the level of the white notes like this, where you're not usually moving up a semitone at a time, imagine you're traveling up at the level of the black notes, like this. So you have to go through every single white and black note to move up. Then you're moving up a semitone at a time. So what I want you to be able to do is to play a semitone on any note on the keyboard really quickly like this. And to do that, I'm going to give you a little tip which will allow you to do them faster. Now, this tip uses the idea of boundary lines. This is a made-up term that I invented just to help you, but don't expect to find it in textbooks, and if you talk about it outside of the website it might confuse people. But it'll be very useful for learning tones and semitones and for other things later on. And a boundary line is going to be between any B and C on the piano or any E and F. So any place where there's a black note missing, so to speak, imagine there's a boundary line there. Because then now we can say that a semitone is always a white note and a black note next to each other, unless it crosses a boundary line and then it's two white notes. So a semitone is always a white note and a black note next to each other, unless it crosses a boundary line and then it's two white notes. So what you should go and do now is just play lots and lots of semitones on the piano. Remember to include some that start on black notes as well as ones that start on white notes. And also remember to include some which cross boundary lines, so they're two white notes.